Hi everybody and welcome to Black Girls Can DIY Too. So I'm outside today because I have just recently installed a Nest camera, and this is my old Ring floodlight camera. And so I plan on giving my Ring floodlight camera to my parents, and I just temporarily installed the Nest camera. Not quite sure if it's going to stay there or if I might move it to another spot, but the Nest cameras actually plug into an outlet. So I needed to make a little adjustment to my outside outlet, and I'll show you what I did. I'm installing an outlet protector box, and these are the tools that I'm going to use for this project. So I have my voltmeter. Definitely want to make sure anytime you're working with electrical that you turn off the power and you use a voltmeter to make sure that you successfully did that and that there's no power to the outlet. Next are these pliers that I'm going to use because the protector box has knockouts that I need to break off. My trusty dusty battery operated screwdriver. It's a basic project, so I just need minimal effort there. And then this lighter, and I'll show you guys in a little bit why I'm going to use a lighter. So this is the outlet box protector. I bought it from Lowe's. It's called a Code Keeper, and basically, it's a covering for your outside outlets to make sure that it's protected from the weather, by code, which is an enforcement on homes to make sure that everything is safe. You need to make sure that you have these protected. So these instructions, they were crap. They basically showed you like the different configurations that the box could go on, but besides that, it's pretty much like putting on a faceplate on your outlet. So here you can see I already did one of the knockouts on it, and the edges of the knockouts are really rough. So I'll show you what I actually did with the lighter later, but first let me go ahead and use my pliers. And I'm going to go ahead and knock out or pull out or break out this next knockout. So just, be really careful that you're not breaking the actual plastic for the rest of it. But I had to use my pliers to gently just pry apart bit by bit the knockout on this. And just be really careful. So these edges were really rough after I did that. So again, that's where the lighter came into play. So by using my lighter, it's a little windy out here today, but using the lighter, I was able to kind of melt that plastic just a little bit, just enough to kind of smooth out those rough edges. And that's feeling pretty good, so I think I'm done. The Nest cams plug in, and this is my outside outlet. So with my Nest cam, let me just unplug it real quick and show you. With the standard outside faceplate, it has wet conditions when closed, and this is the standard that most people have on their houses, but I have to have it open because obviously with this Nest cam, to be able to plug this in, I need to have it open and have the cord dangling, but I need to also protect it from the weather. So this faceplate is going to have to come off and go. Now, before you do any electrical work, you always make sure you go to your circuit breaker and turn off the power. But I'm also going to test this outlet to make sure that there's no power to it. So I'm going to plug in my voltage meter, and it's not lighting up, so that make sure and guarantees me that my power is turned off. Now you can flip them. It doesn't matter which color goes into which slit on the outlet. It can go either way, but for an example, I'll flip it so show you guys that it can go the other way. And see, again, it's not lighting up, so we should be good to go. Okay, so let's take off this Phillips. Put on this flathead. So I sped up this section here because I'm sure y'all don't want to sit and watch me put on this new protector box in real time. So just sit back and watch. So at this point, I was having problems with getting the protector box screwed in. I had to take a step back and try to figure out why these screws weren't going in. I was trying to screw it into the spot where you normally would screw in your faceplate, but it just wasn't going in. So I needed to try to figure out what was going on. Okay, so I figured out what the problem was. This outlet box actually has a metal box, and there's no way for the screw for this to go through there, and it's hitting the metal. So I actually need to use these screws here in order to put on this box. So I'm going to screw out. Instead of this hole, so instead of this hole where you normally would put a faceplate, we're going to go through this main hole here. And there's little notches on the back of the, so just put that through there. Good. So we got a little latch on here if you wanted to put a little lock on it. Yeah, there we go. So we're gonna take this and plug it in. So thanks for watching my video. As you can see, this was a pretty easy project to do. It's just like changing out the faceplate on an outlet, and got it done really quickly, and now I'm able to protect the outlet to my Nest camera. And so as always, remember, black girls can DIY too.